Hey, this is Matthew,
And this is Vinny, the wrestling figure historian.
and welcome to Nerd News today for another retro wrestling figure review. We've got a good one,
Yes.
because who's next?
It's Goldberg. As you can tell from the packaging, it comes in its classic Hasbro-esque retro style packaging with Goldberg in his, I want to say, his current run
It seemed like
current run attire.
he's got the gray beard, so I definitely want to say it's pretty modern.
It's basically old man Goldberg.
Yeah.
So, and just as I say that, don't be shocked if he spears me now. Sorry, Goldberg. Like I said, it comes with the Goldberg in his current attire, and comes with a stand that has the code for the WWE Mayhem app.
Which we'll give to you guys in a little bit. Now, the back of the packaging is actually very interesting for one reason in particular. That's because you'll notice the image on the back, Goldberg's actually in just his black trunks.
His WCW attire.
Yeah, so it's weird because you can see the beard on his face is actually still the same color as the toys on the front of the box. But I wonder if that may have been photoshopped. But yeah, it seems like originally it was meant to be WCW Goldberg, and then they did a last minute change.
Which I wonder why. That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny too because you can see that on the actual figure itself that the tights are painted on, which we'll talk about a little more once he's loose. So they're not actually sculpted in bike shorts either. They're just painted to look like they're bike shorts. So that is interesting to note. And I kind of wish we had gotten the WCW Goldberg instead, but we'll see.
At least, actually, my opinion with this, we got a little bit more detail to it.
Yeah, a little more
You
paint
could
deco.
already tell that this is a recycled body.
Yes. And on the bottom, you can see who else is joining Goldberg in this line, which is Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and AJ Styles. So let's go ahead and unleash Goldberg as our next retro wrestling figure review.
Let's do it.
And here is our look at Goldberg out of the packaging. And this is an interesting one. That's my nice way of saying bleh.
Yeah.
So the face sculpt is not terrible. That's about the best I'll say about it.
Yeah.
The body is a pure recycle of every other jumper that we've had.
Basically.
100% jumper recycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only difference is the legs, because they're kind of shorter legs, and we'll see there's some of the
It's
jumpers
shorter
have longer
legs,
boots,
and it's got the short boots, which I don't think anybody had at that time.
except for Goldberg.
And even for the retro figures that are out at that moment, I don't think anybody had that.
So this is kind of maybe a semi-unique sculpt in that case, but otherwise, as you can see, the body, it is identical with the little jumper guy there back over there,
Yeah.
little jumper attachment in the back. The arms are recycled. I mean, it's basically mostly a recycled figure, which is par for the course with the retros.
Yeah, this was already when Mattel started getting lazy.
It happened pretty quickly.
Yep.
I will say I do like that they at least have the tattoo on his arm. That looks good.
And they did a pretty decent job on the back of his tights. But the way the paint application is now, it's makes it look like the shorts are riding up his ass.
Yeah, it's not too great. I really wish they had left them as the tights, as the trunks, and not as the
trunk,
bicycle
yeah.
shorts. Yeah.
But I think the reason why they had to do that too is kids will see this, they'll think it looks like Stone Cold.
Yeah, I guarantee that's probably what it was. Because that was a big problem back in the day.
Yeah.
And there is one way they could have actually gotten around that, in my opinion, and that's chest hair.
Yes, because Goldberg did have a defined chest hair to him, so
Yeah, he should have
Which-
had that.
the regular line figures definitely made sure they had that.
You have to, otherwise it looks like Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That may have been the cause for the running change with that pants issue, but I do think, it was a missed opportunity for the chest hair, because he has to have the chest hair. You can't not have chest hair for Goldberg.
Bare-chested Goldberg does not look like Goldberg.
Yeah, no, that's why it's a little bit off too. And the head sculpt, it just looks like a yelling grandma with a beard. I don't know, I hate that head sculpt on him.
Yeah, because the same thing, Goldberg was never the yelling type. He was the silent but deadly type too.
Well, he yells when he does his big moves. He'll go his, a little scream.
Yeah.
But he's not like Lex Luger running around
No.
going, ah.
Exactly. He's more of that Stone Cold. I can't believe I just said that. They're too
Goldberg's
similar.
more like Stone Cold.
Yeah. But in the sense that he was that silent but deadly type. He really is basically WCW's version of Stone Cold.
Pretty much.
Come on.
Yeah, pretty much was. So that's the figure, but now let's talk about the base, because this is part of the line that comes with bases. And
Yes, this was actually the first series to do the bases. So on this base, you could see the trademark Goldberg tattoo on it.
silly 90s tribal tattoo from the 90s, yeah.
But that tattoo became synonymous with Goldberg, so kind of his now.
It is. And on the back, here's something for all of you, and that's a code for the WWE Mayhem app, so you can unlock Goldberg when you play at home. First come, first serve. Whoever gets it, let us know in the comments. So I'm going to go ahead and put Goldberg on the base. And again, the way he stands on the base, it is like this which is I still think it's kind of weird. Surfboard Goldberg, but it does save space if you line them up loose and you have them collected.
Yes,
it actually does save a little bit of space. And if you don't like it this way, Ringside Collectibles does sell their own, which seem to be a little bit better.
A little bit better and more plain and collector friendly.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and try his feature, which is supposed to be the spear, right? But it's the jumper, so it's at the end of the day, you still just put it on the top rope and have him launch.
No.
You can make him spear?
I think so. Here's where you could already tell it's a recycled body. It's basically this body right here.
Yeah, you can see what they did is just swap out the feet, because the feet look like they're interchangeable. So that's why Triple H has the long boots and Goldberg has the short boots.
But with the spear, hold them in your own hand.
Oh, that works. There you go.
And actually, that was pretty powerful.
It's a really good spear. Yeah, we've talked about the jumper action, how it's actually stronger than the originals were.
Yes.
That was good proof of it, because he really went flying there. So, yeah. Triple H sold that one.
Nope.
Jeez. It kind of reminds you of like M. Bison's flying spin attack.
The Psycho Crusher, yeah. All right, maybe that is one redeeming quality on Goldberg, that the action fits him perfectly.
Yeah, so the action feature is actually way better than expected. But again, I bought this figure because I was trying to complete the line. If I wasn't trying to complete the line, I would not have bought this figure. I still don't like it.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a hard pass.
It's the reason why it took so long for me to get this one, and that's because I just didn't like the beard, I didn't like the shorts. Had I known in the back it was actually meant to be the original WCW Goldberg, I might have actually been more interested in it.
Yeah, because that's really what was Goldberg about, that whole WCW run. This was, I believe, came out around the time of his WrestleMania match with Brock Lesnar, when he was making his comeback, maybe. So
I think you're right. Yeah, it's been a while, but I think you're right. I do know he was a peg warmer for quite some time in Toys R Us's, so it's when Toys R Us was still around, he was there.
I think even to this day, you could still find this Goldberg at Targets.
Yeah.
That whole series, unfortunately, him and Seth Rollins, I remember, were the big peg warmers.
Yeah, nobody liked jumpers, it seems like.
And even that Seth Rollins, in my opinion, was not that great one.
No.
This is when already the retros did start going down in retail stores.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. There were just a few peg warmers, and yeah, this Goldberg is definitely one of the weaker ones. I'd put him as easily one of my top 5 weakest retros.
Would have to say I would even go as far as saying it's probably number 1 on the worst for me.
I'd have to really look at him again, but I could see him being number 1. It's not that great.
I would have to see the whole series in front of me again.
The only thing that I like about it is that action feature. So I'll give you that, since that worked pretty well.
Yeah, for him, it was the redeeming quality. That Mattel got spot on.
Yeah. So that is our look at our Retro Series Goldberg. Overall, who's next? Nobody.
Nope.
Who's next? A different toy. That's better.
Exactly. So, because he's last.
Yes, he is last. So I'm Matthew.
And I'm Vinny, the wrestling figure historian.
And here's Goldberg doing a headstand. There is the only redeeming quality about Goldberg. You can't even do that right.
Nope.
See you guys next time with some more retro wrestling figure reviews and not Goldberg.
Nope.
Bye-bye.